Lean just a little bit forward in. Get aggressive with your learning. Get aggressive with your listening. Get aggressive with your understanding of what people are saying and how you internalize that for yourself to create on whatever level you decide you want to do it for yourself. To create something better, something different.
We didn't want artists to become business people. We didn't want business people to become artists. All we wanted them to do was to actually get in the same room together and talk to each other and figure out a way to learn from each other.
You know, you're helping to create a real superhero identity for the city that's becoming much and much better known. And that's as a creative, vibrant, innovative place. And that is really tipping the balance for us as a city. It's opening up possibilities for the future that we've literally never had.
Always be conscious. Always be conscious of the people that are funding your career. Always be conscious of the community that's around you. Always be conscious of those who need for you to listen, to have an open mind, to have an open heart.
The single most important indicator of whether the arts are healthy in our community is the cultural export-import balance. This is the percentage of the arts in a community that were created in and by that community.
Is art unconfined? Is there evidence of active arts engagement? Are there artists, and how do they connect to communities, or how do they connect to us? Are there cultural kitchens? Do they exist in the places where we live? And what in our everyday life causes us to stop in awe, and what inspires?
There is one thing that is often overlooked. Public art, even temporary public art, is tied to a physical place. That is why it can say so much about the street or the ward where you find it.
In order for you to make your project to have the greatest impact, you have to take a personal stake in it. What you need to do, you cannot just basically be a passive supporter of the creative class. You actually have to become an active enabler for the creative class. You have to create a structure for them to sustain.
They walked in, they looked around, they took in a lot of that history that was on the walls. They nodded approvingly. They stood for a minute, and I turned around and happened to see one of them had a tear coming down her eyes. That's when I knew I had created a place that was so DC.
The inspiration for the shade canopy and the light fixture, nature and form, came to us in the form of a moon blossom in nature. And these open only at night, and they were found in my garden. So taking that biomimicry to another level, this is what happened. You know, to be intermixed with the palm trees, or these canopies, which basically created its own architectural arch, but at the same time doubled as a shade structure during the day and as a light fixture in the evening.
What does my DC bop and sway mean in the quiet rhythms of this place? The river swinging into its banks the same way for the last billion years. Every tree standing its ground, keeping time like a slow walking bass line. And what said the slim country road, but a slow muted, slow what to my sidewalk swagger. Here, the soundtrack to my cityfied pomp and swagger is swallowed by the song of every blade of grass bending to the wind's breath. My stone-faced stillness rippled away like a pebble, kissing a pond in the wilderness.